Hi guys, it's Cassie, and I just came on to say, without further ado, here is your interview with one of my personal idols, CeCe Frey.
How was your flight? Good. It was good. Long, but it was good. Do you always know you wanted to be a singer? Yeah, actually, and I know that a lot of people probably can't say that they always knew what they wanted to do, but for me, I really started, before, I was 5 years old, and whenever I was 5, it was the first time I sang in public for the first time at a kindergarten talent show, and, yeah, I mean, just from there, I did it that day, and then there was never a time that I wasn't doing that, or wasn't wanting to be that. I just always told my mom I wanted to be a singer. And, I still talk to a lot of the contestants. Still really close to Beatrice, and I talk to Emblem 3 from time to time, and, a lot of us Emblem's out in California now, and so am I. So I talk to them and see them occasionally, and, we do keep in touch, and it's definitely a good thing, because I know a lot of us were worried that we would never see each other again, so we're very fortunate we do keep in touch for the most part.
Is it almost surreal that you were on a TV show like X Factor, that you got accepted?
I definitely. It was a long shot going into it, and I knew that it was, but the fact that it all worked out, and, I got as far as I did was, just one of those things in life you can't explain. It just happens, and you're like, how did I get so lucky that this happened for me, Because I'm from the middle of nowhere in Illinois. I never dreamed that one day I'd be, living in Los Angeles and really pursuing my dream and, be on a TV show and have, 400 and some odd thousand followers on Twitter that actually give a crap about what I have to say sometimes. It's one of those things. You can never prepare yourself for something like that.
What was the hardest, part of the X Factor process and everything? Was it during, before, after you got eliminated? What was, kind of tell us what your hardest part of being on the X Factor or the process of the X Factor was?
It's all been pretty hard. Whenever I went through the first audition, and then, boot camp was absolutely brutal. I can say that for a fact. Boot camp was brutal. But, you thought, it's not, can't get any harder than this. Well, then you get to live shows, and you are corrected immediately. Because there's no slowing down at any given point for any reason. It's just better be on all the time. And that's, it can be very, very exhausting, but it was a tremendous experience, and it taught me so much about myself, and taught me so much about what I really can handle, and I think I surprised myself in a lot of ways because of that.
What do you think your inspiration is to sing?
I've always just been inspired by music, by sound, and I know how I feel whenever a song comes on the radio that I like, or, anything. I just can't help but sing. I just can't help it. And for some reason, I don't know. It drives me crazy if I can't sing along, and it was kind of then that I realized, in the first time that I did it in public, and realized that people actually wanted to hear me sing, and, I don't know. Something about that. It was just, I don't know. I've always just really been inspired to sing, and it's more than just an inspiration. It's one of those things that, I feel like I just have to do, without a doubt, without any question in my mind. This is something I have to do.
What are your plans now, outside of the X Factor? Can you tell us if you're working on an album?
Yeah, actually right now I'm working on my first single. And, then hopefully, well, not hopefully, definitely an album to come. So I guess for anybody that, any of my fans that are going to be listening, I know that everybody's probably getting a little bit impatient. They want it now, they want music now. I totally get it, and I want to be able to, I wish I could give it to them right away, but I want it to be perfect. And you know me, in true CeCe Frey style, if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be over the top. So I just want everybody to hang in there because music is coming. And when you see something from me, it's going to be, if I'm doing it, it's going to be over the top. So I think everybody just needs to hold on for that because it'll be worth the wait.
What do you think your favorite performance was on the X Factor?
Lady Marmalade, for sure. For sure. I always loved the production, and Marina Toysina designed the whole production. The wardrobe and everything, and I love her clothes, and I love how she styles me, and how she did style me all season, and so, I don't know, and the song was so me, so I love that one.
Outside of Demi, who would you say was your favorite judge on the X Factor to get get advice from, and who did you find the most, who'd you get the most beneficial advice from outside of Demi, judges-wise?
Well, everybody knows that me and Simon in LA did not seem to get along. But that's not necessarily the case. I don't know. I try to take everything in from all of them, to be honest, because I believe that they all had something beneficial to say. But at the same time, if you guys watch my performances, there were very few times that I was given actual constructive criticism, if that makes sense. It was usually like, oh, well, I just don't like your dress, or oh, it was too cabaret. And then whenever it would make it not cabaret, then it was still cabaret. It's just it was one of those things that was just an ongoing, I couldn't really do anything right for them. So that's fine, because if I learned anything from that experience and from them, is I learned how tough I am. So, I could say they didn't teach me anything, but that wouldn't be true. They taught me to be really, really tough.
How was it to read all your fan mail for the first time?
Dude, the fan mail is crazy, and I call it warrior mail, because everybody knows I don't like to call them fans, but the mail from everybody is insane. It's insane. I get, the coolest things in the mail. Somebody sent me a Starbucks gift card, and I already used it, because they must know that I'm a coffee fiend. So I love that, and they send me bracelets, and they send me pictures that they draw. They oh my gosh, they just send me the most incredible things, and I just feel so fortunate to have fans that, they're family. They're family, and they take care of me so much, and I appreciate them so much for that.
A lot of fans have been asking on Twitter, so we'll go to some fan questions before they go crazy. A lot of them are asking who you would want to duet with. Where will there be a Demi and CeCe duet in the future?
Oh, well, I would love to have a CeCe Demi duet, obviously. So I don't know. I don't know if that will happen or not. I definitely don't have all the answers right now, but I think besides Demi, who would I like to duet with? I'm always terrible at questions. I'm always terrible at these. I can't think of anybody, because I think there are so many people that I would really like to duet with. So I can't think of anybody right off the top of my head exactly, but let me see, who am I huge fans of? A huge fan of Rihanna and Ellie Goulding and Nicki. Dude, if Nicki raps on one of my tracks, that would be so dope. I don't know, I'm crazy about so many artists for sure, so it's really hard to make that call.
One fan asked, were you looking into acting?
Yeah, I've acted in the past, so that's definitely something that, I would like to do in the future as well, but at the same time, right now, I'm really, really just trying to focus on my album. I think that's what the general consensus, what everybody's really wanting right now is they really want me to put some music out there, so I'm definitely gonna get that to them first and foremost, and then if we have time for other things, then we have time for other things.
One fan asked, if you could be invisible for a day, what would you do and who would you do the activity with?
I could be invisible for a day. Man, that's a good question. If I could be invisible for a day, I don't know if I would be, because there's really nothing that I would do that I would be ashamed of anybody seeing me doing, if that makes sense. It's like, if I'm going to be a total dork and go do something stupid because I think it's funny or fun, like, I don't care if anybody sees it, so, because obviously I don't care. So, I don't know, I don't think there's really any point in being invisible. Like, I don't think God created us to be invisible.
You have tons of fans in Brazil, and they just want you to know that's one of the questions I keep saying. If she knows how many fans she has in Brazil.
It's kind of crazy. Like, and I can always gauge it by, if I post a tweet, like, in Portuguese or something, the retweets and the favorites are, like, upwards in the thousands, and I'm just like, wow, all right. Like, okay, I see where you're all at. So, I really want to go to Brazil one day, and I know a lot of them want to know if I'm ever going to come to Brazil, and I swear I'm going to try to come to Brazil.
Can you speak a little Portuguese?
Not at all. Not at all. But I want to learn for sure. And I have a good friend that speaks fluent Portuguese, and I'll have her help me on that. She's actually Brazilian, so very cool.
Venezuela wants you to know that they are in love with you, and they want you to come to Venezuela, and asked if you know anything in Spanish.
Oh, Venezuela! I would love to go to Venezuela. I want to go to all these places. No. I took Spanish for like 2 years in high school, and I didn't remember anything. So whenever I go to Venezuela, someone's going to have to teach me. My memory a little bit.
Let's see. What's your favorite TV show that you like to watch on TV?
Oh, man. Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. And I'm into girls. I like girls. That show's good. What else? Scandal. That's a great show. Watch that?
I've heard of it, and I think we're going to start reporting on it because it's been coming up a lot in my RSS feed.
It's weird because I don't ever watch TV really, but Scandal is such a good show that I watch it.
One fan asked, what's your favorite childhood memory?
Oh man, so many. I grew up on a farm, and so one of my favorite memories of like living on the farm was we had 4-wheelers, and me and my dad and my brothers would, go 4-wheeler riding, and I had friends from school, all guys, obviously, because I was a really big tomboy back in the day, and they would all just ride over to my house on the weekends, and there was a big muddy creek behind our house, and we would like ride down in there and get our 4-wheeler stuck and act like fools. So that's definitely one of my favorites. It's just growing up on the farm and it being so peaceful and quiet, and we had like 6 barns, so me and my brothers would always like play in the barns and find little like nooks and crannies to have clubhouses in. We had a number of clubhouses in our hayloft and stuff. So,
can you describe your warriors in one sentence?
ooh, sentence. Well, I think I love them too much to put it all in one sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Okay, we can do it in one sentence, but I have to be able to use a semicolon. So, warriors are a family, semicolon, one tribe, one love.
My next fan question is, where do you shop?
Anywhere and everywhere. I love clothes, but I also, I don't know, I like vintage shops a lot. I'm cool with, like, wearing clothes that, like, other people have worn, and, like, I don't know, like, old clothes, like, things that I don't know. I have a weird sense of style, because, like, I love everything from, like, getting all glammed up for, like, shows and stuff like that, and to, like, bumming around in, like, one of my mom's old sweatshirts. So, I don't know, I find, like, a lot of my mom's clothes from, like, back in the day, and I wear them. So, I don't know.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
People chomping gum. I don't know what it is. I do not know what it is. Very few things, like, really bug me. And that's just something that, like, I can't take it. I don't know why. It's the weirdest thing.
And the last question, I'm going to shout her out because she asked to be shout out, is Lauren XOXO14 asks, CeCe, would you ever write a book? If so, what would it be about?
Man. So, a book. I think if I ever wrote a book, it would be about my journey from a really, really small town in the Midwest, growing up on a farm. Even whenever we moved to another small town in the Midwest. I think I would write a book about, like, my transition of growing up in a place like that and then to where I am now, like, living in the city of LA, and how different it is for a girl that's not used to people like this, that's not used to environments like this. You know, there's just, like, I don't know, it's a big difference. It's a really big change, and it's scary at times. And, you know, everybody wants, a lot of people dream of, you know, man, I would love to live in Hollywood, and that's where everybody goes, and it's like, I don't know, it can be scary whenever you're not from a city, and it can be lonely, and it can be not all that you think it's going to be. And you really have to have a strong sense of yourself and a strong sense of character in order to be in a place like Hollywood, Los Angeles. So, I don't know. I think I would have to write a book about that, and then my journey from doing that, the move into the career, because it's not all glitz and glamour like everybody would think that it is. It's hard work, and it takes a lot of faith. And it can be very discouraging if you don't have that faith. So I think that's what I would have to write a book about. I mean, I think it's a big misconception. You know, there's such a big illusion surrounding the music industry and being a pop star and, you know, all of that stuff. And, you know, it's really not all that you think it is, especially not at first. And out in a place like this, there are very few people that care about your well-being and care about, you know, you as an artist and as a person. You know, it's all about, what can we do to sell records quick and easy? And I don't know, I think whenever you find the people that really do care about that and care about your integrity as an artist and as a person, you hang on to that, because it's hard to find it out here, for sure, in this industry. It's very very cutthroat. Okay, Warrior, so I know you're listening to this. I just want to say that I love you to death, and whenever I get your letters and see your tweets, I see them all. I can't always respond to them, but I want you to know that I love you. You're my family. I appreciate you so much, and I promise you, if you just stick by me, there will be music, and you won't regret waiting. It'll be worth the wait. So stand by me, I'll stand by you, and I love you guys.